Hey guys, for this Cool Crafts at Home, I'm going to show you how you can make your very own cactus garden that you could decorate, leave it inside, put it outside, wherever you want to put it. For this project, you're going to need some paint colors. I wanted different shades of green, so I have my neon and my darker green. You could also use any colors you want, really make your cactuses rainbow. You can have other colors for little accent flowers on top like cactuses sometimes have. You're going to need paintbrushes and something to put your paint on. And lastly, you're going to want some sort of a base, maybe a flower pot of some sort. I used a cup, then I decorated it. Anything that you want to use. And if your cup's a little bit larger, you might want some paper or plastic bags you can crumple up to put in the bottom so that your rocks sit up a little bit. And of course, don't forget that you're going to need some rocks. Now I found all of these outside while I was taking a walk one day. I have some bigger ones, medium-sized rocks, and even some smaller ones that can act like the flowers that are often on top of some of the cactuses. So I'm going to use a few different shades of green to start, and you can kind of mix and match and paint them however you want. So the best thing to do is start off with picking out your rocks and painting a base layer of one of the colors, because your rock might take a few coats to really soak in the color. So I would start by painting a solid layer, then when they dry you can go back and add any of those details that you want, and I'll show you some of the different details that you might want to add to your cactuses to make them look a little more realistic. Once your rocks have dried, you can decide, if you need another coat on it, if it's not quite the color you want, or if you're ready for the detailing. For the detailing, you're going to want a skinnier brush. You could even use a toothpick or a pencil tip. And I'll show you some of the details that I noticed to draw on. I'll also put in some pictures of some other ones that have been done to show you how to make your cactus a little bit realistic. So you can do one method, which is to put little dots in a line going down the cactus, and to do these stripes all the way. I'm going to do one more up here. You can go all the way around your cactus. That will give the effect that when it dries, looks a little bit like this. You can also, instead of spots, you can do little stripes. Now again, for this, you're probably going to want to use a toothpick or something, but you can do stripes down it. You can use a lighter color on a dark color. You can go darker on top of light. You can even put the two next to each other. Here we could do light stripe with a dark stripe next to it. You could paint smaller rocks in the same color of green and glue them on so that they look like arms of the cactus, and you can have arms growing off of it. I suggest using a very heavy glue, maybe a hot glue gun for this, because it's going to be a little difficult to get it to stay. You could also think about painting some of your smaller rocks in a brighter color. Like here, I painted this one a little bit pink, and gluing those on top, because as we often see, cactuses sometimes have a flower on top that's usually in a bright pink or bright purple, even an orange. When your cactuses are drying and you're ready to start putting them together, it's time to decide what kind of a pot do you want to use. You could use one big one and fill it with a whole garden full of cactuses, or you could even go a little bit smaller and decorate a smaller cup and just fit one or two. You could even go teeny tiny and just fit one little cactus in by itself. If you're going to use a big pot, you probably want to fill the bottom with something to raise your cactuses up, I'm going to use an old plastic bag or two just to fill in some of that space, because I don't want my cactuses to be too low. And now I can start arranging my cactuses. If I think they're already too low in there, I can find something else to fill the space. And here I have the start of my little rock garden. I can add my little flower on top. And there you have it. I have my cactus rock garden that I could put on my desk